All right, Evan, we'll continue to check back in with you. Thank you. Part of the foreign aid bill includes the TikTok legislation, putting it on the fast track to become a law. The bill could ban the TikTok app from the U.S. if the Chinese parent company ByteDance doesn't sell the social media company. The latest version of that bill gives ByteDance 9 months to divest TikTok, with a possible 3-month extension, far longer than the 6-month deadline the original House measure proposed. The potential ban has many TikTok users worried. Here to talk more about it, TikTok creator and author of life hacks, tips and tricks, and more things I didn't know until I was in my 30s, Sidney Raskind. Sidney, thank you for being here. Opponents believe that a ban is unconstitutional, banning TikTok. Tell me where you stand and what your concerns are as this thing is being discussed.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It is difficult to watch again, as we've been through this so many times. I was just talking to some friends last night about it, and it just does not make sense to a lot of us on TikTok and a lot of us in the social media sphere, the focus on TikTok compared to other social media platforms.
What part don't you understand about the concerns of the parent company, China, being able to infiltrate what we see and read and view on TikTok? What has you hung up?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the issue here is that there hasn't been any evidence of it, right? Like, there can be concerns from officials, but again, there's no evidence that China's actually doing this. So that to me is the big issue, and it just feels like a albatross, something to focus on that is not there.
We've seen some TikTok users, supporters of TikTok band together. Are there plans to continue to push back against the possibility of a ban?
Yeah, I actually just saw this morning on one of the trades that basically people are getting a letter together and trying to voice their concerns about how their jobs will be lost, how they won't be able to rebuild this audience on different platforms like they have on TikTok, how, their small businesses or something like that will be gone because of TikTok Shop won't be there anymore, and that kind of thing. And really, it's just more about focusing on how much incredible, amazing, good things have come out of people being able to use TikTok. And I think that's really where a lot of us users on TikTok are trying to skew the focus of people in the government.
How would it impact you personally? I mean, your livelihood on TikTok if it were to go away?
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, I'm an author now, which is crazy. Um, and that is a direct correlation with my TikTok audience and my TikTok success. So it would affect me in a way of not being able to reach 4.5 million people when I post something, or need to, let's say, promote my new ventures like a book or something like that. And it would just be really hard also just to see something as wonderful and community building as TikTok just go away, because I have some great friends now that I've met through TikTok, and it would just be really sad.
Is there a plan B, though? If TikTok were to go away, is there another social media site or app that you would go to? And how long would it take to rebuild the audience that you have?
Yeah, so I have been in this social media game, as you put it, a while. So I am lucky enough to sort of already have a secondary following on Instagram. But for something like YouTube, which would take a lot longer, it could take years to build up an audience. I know so many people that have spent literal years, almost half a decade now, building these audiences on TikTok. And that's how long it really takes to succeed on social media. I mean, I've been trying to be successful for 15 years, and by year 14, I was actually successful. So that kind of puts into perspective how much effort and hard work goes into this kind of content creation and community building.
And banning it essentially wipes it all away for you and so many others. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.